Hello, Sagittarius, and welcome to your mid-monthly June reading. I hope these messages find you all very well. The energy coming up around Sagittarius right now is a really beautiful dark blue indigo, which is connected to our third eye chakra. And I'm seeing around you a deep dive really into tapping into your intuition. There's a very mystical energy around you right now. And it may be that you're working on things like magic making, right? Manifestation. And there's also a lot of emotional ebbs and flows right now for you, Sagittarius. You're in a space of introspection and introversion. There's very much a focus on an inner journey right now. I feel like in the next 3 to 6 months, for some of you, it's going to be much sooner, but for sometime in the next 3 to 6 months, there's some big news coming. There's a big change coming. This is going to be very unexpected. And even if you do have a sense of this change, it's going to be very different than what you think it is. Just stay positive and focused on what you can control. And as you're connecting into that manifestation energy, as you're learning, this is really about staying focused on the positive, right? And so it requires us to be able to connect in with that energy that is full of joy and pleasure and happiness, and to be mindful about not dwelling too much on our hurts or on the things that aren't working, right? I also feel for some of you that you're newly coming into this mystical connection with the other side. So some of you might suddenly have an awareness that you are a medium, that you are able to tap into psychic gifts. Maybe you've kind of known this about yourself, but suddenly it has just waken up in you. And it could feel very exciting, but it can also feel a little bit scary. So I really encourage you to do some study around spiritual mediumship and look toward those people that really have positive attitudes about spiritual mediumship. There's a lot of people out there that are really gifted and have a lot to offer in that realm. This is a great time also for addressing any health issues that you might be having, and overall just taking care of your well-being. You know, making sure that you're getting the right food, you're getting enough water, that kind of stuff. And if you need to go to a doctor, go. You know, this is a good time to take care of your physical body. Overall, I do see you kind of coming up in the hermit mode. So we'll see how this unfolds as we dive a little bit deeper into the energies with the cards. And let's see what else Spirit wants to share with you. So at the bottom of the deck, we have here and now. And this is a reminder, I think, about being really present, not getting too hung up on the past and what has, past hurts, past energies, etc. I do feel like for some of you that this hermiting mode that you're in is really about mending something that's happened, and this feels to me like old wounds, not necessarily a current situation, although there may have been a current situation that triggered this inner movement, but this feels like old stuff that you're healing and working on and moving through. And I do see you being successful in that. Just try not to get too stuck or hung up on the individual situations themselves, like exactly what has happened, but really focus your energy on the healing, on the mending part, okay? Don't get too stuck in what actually happened, if that makes sense. And then Unfinished Symphony. This card really speaks to me about that for those of you that have newly come into your gifts, particularly if you're noticing that you have psychic gifts or the ability to connect with the other side. there's still some work that needs to be done to evolve this. It's like having, it's like learning how to ride a bike, and until you can really master how to control the bike, it can be a little nerve-wracking and a little bit out of control. And so you definitely want to make sure that you're learning the ways that you can approach mediumship positively and with confidence, and in a way that really protects your energy as well. Milk and honey. So when you're done moving through this very introspective time, when you've come through that, this is what's waiting for you. And I realize that some of you might not be seeing this yet, that you're so entwined with the emotional ebb and flow of where you are right now, that you're not quite seeing the possibility of what's to come. But this is what's waiting for you. I'm getting for some of you where that mediumship is coming up, in addition to books, taking online classes. There's also some programs that you can engage in. They're very inexpensive. They're usually really well done. And again, it'll give you some insight into how to manage this gift so that you have a little bit more control over it, and that it's not controlling you so much. Because I feel like the energies, for some of you, the energies might be pouring in. You might be getting a lot of messages and not quite sure what to do with them. So, again, just taking some steps to sort that out will go a long way. Wonderful. So we have patience. Again, really being patient with the process, really being patient with where you are right now with this whole journey, and allowing things to unfold. Where you want to get to is cornucopia, right? You're really working on, how do I now use these gifts and skills to create all this abundance in my life? So you have the skills and the power to do that. But the reminder is, there's a little bit of tweaking that needs to happen, basically, that you want to be really focusing on the positive. And for some of you right now, you're a little overwhelmed with this other energy. So until you're able to get stable in that, it's going to feel like it's difficult to reach your full abundance. But you're at the beginning of that. You are beginning to understand that and starting to take the right steps. Okay. This patience card is calling out to me a little bit more. I don't know. Can you see that? It's a beautiful card. Some of you may be really drawn into the field of shamanism specifically. You may also have a spirit animal that is in the bird realm. And you're definitely being guided and supported. You definitely have a spirit guide that's helping you with this. Yeah, in fact, funny, interesting. I'm now seeing a bunch of fairies coming through for you too. So if you're someone who resonates with fairies, that might be how your spirit guides are showing up. You may be noticing that in nature as well, perhaps seeing more flowers and animals and things like that, and just noticing the divine in all of that. Or if you're not noticing that, that might be the reminder to you that that's where that magic lives. And back to this cornucopia card, I'm seeing this transformation happening for you. Again, really stepping into your power, but learning the skills and the steps to now manage that power, to manage that energy. And that's a pretty transformative process for you. That will feel pretty transformative. Right. Got a little romance coming in here too for you. Some of you might be feeling a sense of financial constraint right now, and that may be contributing to where you are in the current journey. Like you might want to access more resources, but you might feel like I just don't know where to start, or I don't have the money to access that. Or you may just be worried in general about finances. So you're being reminded, you know, some of the things that you can learn here, you don't need a lot of money for. You know, the online classes are not that expensive. You may have people in your immediate community that have some of these skills that you can connect with and ask for mentorship around. But don't let finances be a constraint or your worry about finances. The door to personal healing and happiness. So the work that you're doing now, what you're stepping into, whether this is greater intuition, manifestation and abundance, or this psychic, you know, being a spiritual medium, this doorway that you're entering, although you don't see it yet, is really the pathway to your happiness. When you step into that, this is the victory card. When you step into that and you fully commit to that process, which includes your own healing, right? Not just doing the work, but includes your healing journey. When you fully step into that, you are going to find victory. And Edward even came to say hello and wish you good luck. And I'm also seeing for some of you a budding romance, a new romance coming in. We'll look a little bit more at this card. For some of you, this could be a person of interest coming into your life where there's a romance, but there's also a shared interest in this new pathway. And you might be a little bit nervous about talking to people about what you're discovering about your gifts. But I feel like for some of you, there is a person coming into your life who's going to share some of this. They share that passion and those gifts with you, and that will help you. So let's look more closely at this man holding a heart. What does he want to tell you? What messages does he have for you, Sagittarius? Queen of Swords. The situation is going to, wow, okay, Queen of Pentacles. This could be a soulmate relationship that triggers you into this more stable place internally and externally. So it may be a karmic or a soulmate relationship that you're going to learn how to arrive in your true power. It's going to help you develop confidence and help you develop a very strong sense of who you are and how to use your gifts in the world. And we also got King of Cups. So I feel like with this person, it's going to trigger in you also the desire to open up your heart. And you may fall very head over heels in love with this person. Is there anything more that we need to know for Sagittarius? The world. The world is at your fingertips, my friends. The world is here for you. It's welcoming you. It's welcoming you into your gifts. And as you get more comfortable embracing that and stepping into it, you're going to notice a ton of abundance flowing and just incredible gifts, gift after gift after gift. And Three of Pentacles also came out. So this is a good reminder to, I know that a lot of you are feeling in your hermit mode right now, but coming into a place of community with other people where you can connect around the things that you're learning, the things that are coming into focus for you around the gifts that you have. There's no need to be in isolation about this. There's no need to be fearful about it or worried about what other people might say or how they, feeling like they're going to judge you. Reach out for support, connect with like-minded others, and also be discerning in that process. As you connect with people, make sure that they're vibrating at a high level, that they're promoting love and peace and groundedness, that they're not reckless with their gifts, right? If you're looking for a teacher, you want that teacher to be farther along in their journey than you are so that you can grow and learn. And then eventually you'll become the teacher, right? So beautiful reading, Sagittarius. I think overall this is a really exciting and interesting time for you. And I'm going to pull a couple of angel messages. Diversity. The world would be a boring place if we were all the same. Celebrate your uniqueness. You are special and much loved. So the gifts you bring into the world, Sagittarius, are very important. So work on that. And until next time, I wish you many blessings, and we'll see you soon. Thanks.